Hey, what's up, guys? Joe Madden coming at you with college football for Friday night. We've got UNC taking on Syracuse. Now, looking at this total is dropping now, sitting at 44.5. We do have Syracuse, the Orange, rolling in as a 2.5 point favorite. Now, you got Bill Belichick and North Carolina, the Tar Heels, rolling in here as an underdog with a team that's shown some fight as of late, still losing their last four, only sitting 2-5 on the season, looking to get back in the win column. Gino Lopez, their quarterback, has been put in a bad situation for sure. This offense just isn't able to get things done out there on the field. They've been completely struggling. Their wide receivers are having a hard time holding on to that ball. And then you have quarterback concerns over here for Syracuse. After losing their top quarterback, Angeli, you have seen Ricky Collins taken over for Syracuse, but Ricky Collins just hasn't been able to get things done. We're going to see multiple quarterbacks out here per Fran Brown in this matchup for the Orange. So, what are we going to see out of them and who is available? Now, Luke Carney is a true freshman out there. We could see him hitting the field if it's not Ricky Collins. We could also see Williams. He's a third string quarterback here. He's a red shirt freshman. So there's question marks around the quarterback role. And I do think this total is dropping for a reason. This total sitting at 44.5. I will take to the under. Now, I do have thoughts on the side here, as well as a couple player props that we're going to look at. But before we get into that, I want to remind you guys of all the great specials happening over on picksandparlays.net. And as I go over these specials, do me a favor over here on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any of the free content. But if you are looking for your picks and parlays, handicappers, best bets out there on the football field for this weekend, for Saturday and Sunday, you can get their plays in football, college and professional, for just $49. As an added bonus, they will add in those plays on Monday. Now, if you like more than just football, which I know you guys, there's so much going on out there between the World Series, which is wrapping up right away, but then you've got college basketball coming into the fall. You've got the NBA, you have football, you have so much happening out there. If you want the best bets from your handicapper of choice, and hockey, you guys, you can get it over on picksandparlays.net for just $8.30 a day for the rest of 2025 for your handicapper of choice. So just $8.30 a day will get you all of their best bets on the daily. But let's move back into this game, UNC versus Syracuse. Like I already told you guys, rolling with this one under the 44.5. Now, you have missed the best of the number, that 45.5, but I don't see a lot of points coming in this one with the uncertainty of who will be playing quarterback, and Fran Brown saying multiple quarterbacks will play in this game for Syracuse. You got to think it's going to be hard for them to put a ton of points up. And then UNC has been struggling this season. Their offense is just averaging 13.4 points per game versus Power 4 opponents, and haven't scored more than 18 points in those 5 matchups. So I think in this one, they're going to struggle to hit that 18 mark again. And Syracuse themselves, I don't see scoring more than 20. So when we look at Syracuse, this team has been losing their games as well ever since Angeli went out of the lineup. They've lost their last 4 in a row since their win versus Clemson. Now, when you look at those losses, they were against solid teams. So I do give them the edge in this game. I do think they're a better team than UNC. And I think Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels are going to come in and struggle. Now, their defense has been their strength. And I do think their defense plays nice and strong. Another reason looking at this game to the under is a strong suit in this one. The 44.5, definitely the best play. Have a nice trend here for the Tar Heels. When we look at North Carolina's last 7 games after coming off of overtime, that has gone, their next game has gone under that total. So nice strong trend there, but these offenses just really struggling. You got North Carolina's among one of the worst offenses in the country, especially getting those big explosive plays coming out down the field. I do think, though, their wide receiver, Jordan Ship, here has the ability to go over 50.5 receiving yards in this one. He's been one of the few players here that you can trust for the Tar Heels to be able to get those numbers up on the board. He's had 22 catches on the season for 253.5 yards in total and 2 touchdowns. So I will look at UNC's wide receiver, Jordan Ship, for over 50.5 receiving yards in this one. I'm not going to take him for the anytime touchdown because I do think points are going to be hard to come by. But Gio Lopez definitely will be looking for him out there. When we turn to the Orange, it feels like Syracuse, no matter who is in that quarterback role, will get the ball to their wide receiver, Cook. Cook has been great out here for Syracuse on the season. He does have a receiving prop of 54.5. I'm looking to take that to the over. He's got 456 receiving yards on the season, 2 touchdowns and 37 catches. I do think we're going to see more success out of Syracuse here. And Cook looks like the weapon that they should utilize no matter who is throwing that ball to him. So, you guys, this is going to be maybe an ugly game. It is Halloween. You never know what's going to happen out there on the field. But for me, I do think the best bets are to look at the under 44.5. If this drops to 43.5, so be it. I think this is probably a 22-15 game. That puts us at 35 points, you guys. Plenty of wiggle room there. I will look at Syracuse. I'm going to lay the 2.5 points here with the Syracuse Orange. I think they get it done. And then I'll look at Syracuse's wide receiver, Cook, to come out to go over his 54.5 receiving yards. If you really want to take him for that tutty, I don't blame you. I can see him getting in the end zone. And then for UNC, we got to look somewhere. I can't look at Lopez for his passing props, but I will look at his wide receiver, Jordan Ship, to come out and get over 50.5 receiving yards in this game. I would look at his receptions as well. I do expect this to be more of a defensive battle between both of these teams, expecting those field goals to come as well. Now, I do think another way to look at this is to look at that first half total. I think it's a solid number of 23.5. I'll also take the first half total under the 23.5 points at -118, expecting a slow start here on Halloween. Again, staying off those touchdown props. If you want to look at the rushing yards, UNC's running back Hall has a number of 43.5. I'll stay off it. And Willis here for Syracuse is 54.5. I do expect a solid run game out of both of these teams as they look to move the ball on the ground, especially with the uncertainties with the quarterback roles. But those numbers are pretty dead on, you guys. So give me the under as the best bet. Syracuse laying the points as the second, and those receiving props for the wide receivers. But you guys, again, if you're looking for the best bets from the handicappers of Picks and Parlays, head on over to picksandparlays.net. You'll be able to get in on their weekend football plays for Saturday and Sunday just for $49 and no extra cost. They're going to throw in those Monday plays as well. So you guys, all the best in all of your bets. Again, hit that like, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the free content here on picksandparlays.net. Until next time, you guys, stay hot and let's make some freaking money.